Hello everybody and welcome back to Insider's Guide. Today we're talking about America's first destination ski resort, Sun Valley. While Idaho isn't typically a state known for skiing, Sun Valley offers an unparalleled overall experience, which we'll delve into in this edition of Insider's Guide. In this episode, we'll discuss some background information you'll want to know when planning a trip to Sun Valley, and then we'll discuss the smaller of Sun Valley's two mountains, Dollar Mountain. With that, let's begin an Insider's Guide to Ski Resorts, Sun Valley. Sun Valley is known as a playground for the rich. The Sun Valley Resort certainly reflects that. However, the town of Ketchum and the mountains still maintain a very local feel, similar to Crested Butte before the Vail amalgamation debacle. We'll get into specifics in later episodes, but there are only a select few lifts that get lines on Bald Mountain, or Baldly as the locals call it, and any line at all anywhere on Dollar Mountain is extremely rare. Nothing against other western ski resorts, but the culture almost feels a little bit more friendly than at mountains like Winter Park and Vail. Sun Valley's busiest time of the year is the few weeks after Christmas. However, even in those busiest times, the town never has an uptight, overflowing, go hell for leather feel to it like you'll find in areas like Park City and Lake Tahoe. Neither do the mountains. If you come outside of that busy period, it can be hard to tell you're even in a destination resort town, as Ketchum has an air more of a charming mountain town than a commercialized resort destination. Ketchum is the town at the base of Baldy. The town of Sun Valley is a mile or two to the east at the base of Dollar. The Sun Valley Resort is located in the town of Sun Valley. Within the town of Ketchum, the Limelight Hotel is one of the best options, albeit a touch pricey. My favorite restaurants are the Pioneer Saloon and Lefty's Bar and Grill. I would highly recommend checking out both. Both mountains don't really have any slopeside or walking distance lodging, so you'll have to drive or take a bus. The town has a completely free shuttle system, and some higher-end lodging options will drive you to and from the hotel in the mountains. If you're planning to drive to Bald Mountain, I would highly recommend parking at the Warm Springs Base area, as its parking lot is a lot closer to the lifts than the parking lots at the River Run Base area. As is with most, if not all, big resorts nowadays, food on the mountain is very expensive. However, Sun Valley has some really good picnic areas, so taking your own food is rarely a bad option. If it's sunny out, there are a bunch of picnic tables on the summit, right outside of the Lookout restaurant, that offer never-ending panoramic views. It's one of the most spectacular lunches you'll ever have. Sun Valley is, as its name indicates, extremely sunny. However, every now and then, a big storm will roll through and shroud the mountain in clouds and snow. If you can, I would highly recommend skiing whenever it is stormy, as it seems like a majority of the people in Sun Valley don't ski unless it's sunny out. It's a surefire way to have the bowls to yourself. Generally, big storms are few and far between, so take advantage when they come through. Sun Valley, although located in the Rockies, does not typically have the same level of snowfall as seen in Colorado and Utah. Sun Valley has a very strong snowmaking system, so in low snow years, they'll still have a large chunk of terrain open. As such, Sun Valley is still a decently safe bet, although artificial snow is a lot more icy than natural. Something to note is that Bald Mountain is extremely steep, and its runs are generally steeper than at other resorts. We'll get more into that in the next 3 episodes, but do note that if you are a beginner skiing greens at other resorts, I would highly recommend skiing Dollar Mountain, the subject of this video, first. Another side effect of the steepness of Baldy is that its runs get icy more quickly than at other ski resorts. Dollar Mountain, as you can probably tell just from looking at this trail map, does not offer near the vertical that Baldy offers. It does, however, offer an unparalleled beginner experience that is extremely difficult to match amongst its large western resort counterparts. I mean, what other ski town has a separate mountain just for learning to ski? Off the top of my head, the only one that comes to mind is Aspen, and if you've watched either Hater's Guide, you know just how I feel about Buttermilk. Out of the base of Dollar Mountain are 3 lifts, quarter, half, and dollar. Half very rarely runs, but when it does, its primary purpose is to serve the terrain parks. These parks are the biggest in Sun Valley, and Dollar Mountain is generally where you want to go if you intend to ski parks. Baldy doesn't have much as far as parks go. This Hidden Valley Green is pretty much a road that goes around the main face where all the terrain parks are built. Quarter is the busiest lift at Dollar. It serves this extremely shallow, wide-open green, Poverty Flats. The reason Quarter is so busy is that Poverty Flats is the most popular learning and teaching terrain for new skiers in the whole of Sun Valley. Now, when I say busy, that simply means that Quarter is the only lift at Dollar Mountain that you don't typically ski right on. Instead, you'll find yourself waiting 1 or 2 minutes. It's absolutely incredible, the lack of lines at Dollar. Dollar serves the vast majority of Dollar Mountain's terrain and very rarely has any wait time at all. The blues on this front side are generally groomed. Dollar Face is often overlooked as most people like to just cruise New Bowl. As such, it's a great run where you can take your time and make wider turns. I would recommend it as your first blue run after you progress from greens. Seps is a very wide green and can be quite nice, although busy from time to time. To access Otto's Run and Forbidden Fruit, along with the road to Elkhorn, you'll need to keep up some speed because the stretch of traverse between Seps and Otto's here is a little bit uphill. Dragon's Back and Bitterroot Bowl, along with Elkhorn Face way over here on the Elkhorn side of the mountain, are wide open ungroomed meadows. Dollar Mountain is almost always in the sun, which makes for great skiing on all but these 3 runs. When the sun shines, the top snow often melts and then refreezes overnight. As such, Elkhorn Face, Dragon's Back, and Bitterroot Bowl get extremely crusty extremely quickly. These are 3 of my least favorite runs in the whole of Sun Valley. Elkhorn, way on the south side of the mountain here, was primarily built to access a real estate development. None of its runs have snowmaking, and since Dollar Mountain is completely exposed to the sun and sits at a lower elevation than Baldy, its runs typically have terrible snow conditions. However, every now and then you have a really good winter like the 2022-23 season, and all of the runs on Elkhorn are just fine. This all goes for Forbidden Fruit too, as it does not have snowmaking either. Elkhorn's one upside is that it is absolutely empty. Forget not having to wait in lift lines, it's rare to even see another person on your whole run on the Elkhorn side. If you're lucky enough to ski Dollar on a good snow year, Elkhorn is the best place to go. The Elkhorn side of the mountain is connected to the main face by a pair of roads that are not shown on the trail map here. The road from Elkhorn is extremely flat, so I try to only take it once. The road to Elkhorn isn't as bad. That about wraps it up for Dollar Mountain. Go check out parts B, C, and D all about Baldy right after this. As always, please leave any questions down below. Thank you so much for watching. All my love, I'm out.